My name is Mary Forbes, and I'm the president of the Potato House here in downtown Williams Lake. We are a center for community education, community gardens, and community engagement. So what we're looking at behind me is the original 1930s Borkowski house. It was built by the Borkowski brothers who came in on the train in the 1930s. Well, in the 1960s, 1956 specifically, a family moved here from Portugal, the Quintelas, and they had a market garden. And they would produce potatoes and cabbage, huge cabbage, giant potatoes. This yard was known for its produce. People would come down and get bushels to take home from them. And this went on right up until the 90s.
Mary had this dream to start the Potato House project a few years back, and this house was for sale, and it is the only registered heritage house in Williams Lake. So Mary approached CCBAC with this grant proposal. It was approved wonderfully, and she approached it with this community composting program. So it's a big deal to try and get people out of the habit of putting organic matter into the garbage, especially when we can take that organic matter and turn it into soil amendment.
I'm the supervisor of solid waste management for the Caribou Regional District. So we look after the landfills and transfer stations in the CRD, as well as the Williams Lake landfill. We have a significant interest in reducing the amount of waste that is produced that goes to that landfill site. And we were very supportive of the Potato House project and this composting pilot to see if we can divert some of the organics that is in that waste stream. I think there's a real need for education and for awareness around our current levels of waste that we produce and what can easily be taken out of that waste stream.
Well, we were supported by the CRD to get a whole bunch of countertop compost bins. So we started out by distributing those buckets, and then the people on their lunch hours or on their breaks, whenever, can walk down to Potato House and bring us their compost. We are now the only place for community-based composting. We don't have curbside compost pickup in Williams Lake. People want some sort of assessments, you know, be like, hey, how would I go about getting bees in my backyard, or can you come look at my space, or I'm having composting problems, what can I do? And we will provide those services for free. I mean, just getting people interested in these concepts and showing them how accessible that they can be. People coming by, people wanting to volunteer. I have schools coming down here doing tours of the Potato House. I have restorative justice kids coming here, so young offenders come and do their community service hours with me.
The Potato House project is a place where our community comes together to community garden, to drop off their compost, talk in the sun, and come up with new ways to garden.
To see people working in their gardens, you know, people that don't have anywhere to grow a patch of potatoes or, you know, a bed of carrots, they just haven't had that accessibility, and here it's right here, and it's wonderful.
It'll be interesting to see what the site looks like in 3 or 4 years once it's fully established and more residents are aware of it and using it.
There's been a lot of food produced on this half acre in the past year, a lot of food, and we're only just beginning.